You serious?
Yes, there are plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Right now, you're killing some time with I, Marcus Bronzy.
And me, Funk Butcher.
That's right. Don't forget, howtokillanhour.com is your one-stop shop to listen to us, whatever device you're using. And also, you can see the stuff that we talk about on the show at howtokillanhour.com/blog, including me going to a PR day for a game. So, with gaming days, when they do launch events, they tend to theme the game, the event, to the game that you're about to play, review, or you're going to get your hands on. So when it was like the Nintendo Switch launch, that was a kind of a general day. So you get to see a bit of Mario. There's a lot of Nintendo Red around. Yeah. When it's a specific game, they always tend to theme it. Like years ago, there was some game it was like some seedy Japanese game. And their launch was in a strip club.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah. And do you know what was great about that is that they'd had these professional strippers, but they were like briefed to only strip so much because it was like a PR event and they didn't want to be they didn't want to be too seedy. Yeah. And another stripper must have started early that day and she got on stage and she got the full whack out. And it was like 7 p.m. in the West End of London with like some frigging naked stripper dancing around. And I've never seen an embarrassed stripper in my life because it's not their job to be embarrassed. Yeah. But halfway through her dance, after she'd got her knickers off and she was winding around, somebody went, "Psst, you're not meant to have all your clothes off. This is just a PR event." And she went, "Oh, sorry. Picked up her knickers and scattered off stage. Anyway, so I got to try out a game called Sniper Elite 4. Yeah. It's by Rebellion Games, a big independent computer games company in the UK. I know we spoke to the owner, basically one of the top guys there. He doesn't like to call it an indie, but technically they are. They have no board. They make games that they want to make for us. So Sniper Elite 4 is the fourth game in the Sniper Elite season. I don't know how savvy are you with this, Funk? I can go like Sniper Elite. Have you heard of the game before?
No.
So it's a game which has all right story, pretty cool stories. Kind of you follow the path of a sniper. And I could get into the story of it, but basically the game's about taking some motherfucking sick ass headshots for the slow-mo camera. Yeah. So in this game, you go around, you're a sniper, you have various sniper missions that you have to accomplish, but it's all about the slow-mo shot. Like when you shoot someone from 100 meters away and you see the bullet like just crumble their skull from their eye socket to the back of the head, it's like such an experience. Like, So this is the fourth game in this season, in the series, so it's a bit more graphic. The areas that you get to run across in the game, the maps are like big. I think they're saying that some of them are like many times the size. So I don't know, 2 or 3 times the size as in Sniper Elite 3. So for this game, the PR day was in Dorset, which I thought it was like the London side of Dorset, which was like, 2 hours drive away. Kind of more like the Exeter side of Dorset, which if you're not from the UK, you don't know what I'm talking about, 4-hour drive. So drove down there the night before and on the day, we went to one of the only, I didn't know this existed, legal shooting ranges in the UK. So it's like, in America, you just roll into a gun place and just shoot a gun. This is like a legal rifle shooting range. And they lined up these...
Was it like a farm or something like that?
It was like, you're driving along an A road, which is kind of like either a single lane or a double dual carriageway, windy roads, and you're kind of heading towards Cornwall, which is a very lovely country part of the UK where everyone says hello to each other in the morning. You might get caught behind a tractor because it's limited at going at 50 miles an hour, so you're winding around roads like that. You take a little left.
Good old Cornwall. Even the sheep can vote.
And you take a little nip off the side road, and then like all of a sudden you're in this like really futuristic, like nice glass looking building. With there was a lot of stuff up for Sniper Elite 4 that I was looking at. So it was like this kind of like fresh looking building out in the middle of nowhere. And because I was pushed for time, I didn't get to do the practice range, which was a 35 meter shoot range. They took me straight to the 100 meter range. And in case you haven't followed where I'm going with this, I was going to shoot a gun. I've never shot a rifle before, I'm going to be honest. And I was going to try and hit something that was 100 meters away. So luckily they gave us this talk with this guy who was really sick at like, he's a professional shooter, copper as well. And he was like, telling me about how to shoot a sniper rifle, and I didn't realize that. I always thought you had to hold your breath, like that would hold you still. But he said you're not meant to hold your breath. You're meant to breathe really deeply, like.
Yeah.
And then you can hold your breath right at the end, and you've got to squeeze the trigger. You don't just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
But anyway, they set up this skull.
Yeah.
I hit a normal target a couple of times, but they set up this skull and I was able to do my own kill shot from Sniper Elite 4.
Yeah.
It's sick. And the footage is up. We'll put it up at howtokillanhour.com. And it's up on my Instagram and stuff like that as well. It was a sick day, bruv. That, like,
I've seen the image on Instagram. You hit that skull from 100 meters.
Yeah, no lie. And everyone's like, yeah, how many shots did you take? I tell the truth.
Right.
I tell you the truth. I took 3 practice shots. The first practice shot hit the target.
300. Yeah, sir.
First practice shot, I hit the shot. First, I hit the target in an all right place. Second one, it was okay.
These are 3 practice shots at 100 meters, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Third practice shot, I hit the target again. Yeah. And then the fourth, then I had 2 attempts on the skull. The first attempt on the skull, I did miss it.
Yeah.
I was just nervous.
Yeah.
And then the second, and then they said to me.
So what was the practice shot on?
The practice shot was just on a circular, just like a piece of paper.
Okay.
But the thing is, I was using like some World War II spec gun. So so it wasn't like, I wasn't like a sniper out of a proper like
American sniper.
Yeah, I wasn't like, he's like got a 30 times scope or whatever. I was like on a 2 times scope. So I'm like trying to hit I don't know, the top line of a newspaper from across the room. It's hard.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting, and the first shot on the skull I missed because I was a bit nervous. Second shot, I obliterated it, man. Straight through that eye socket. Blew the shit. Yeah. And it felt, I was like, yes. And it got me in the mood for Sniper Elite. The game's coming out very soon. I believe we're going to have a key date up on howtokillanhour.com.
On all platforms?
Yes, all platforms. Well, not the Switch, because that's a platform now. Yeah, but it'd be PC, PS3, PS4, and Xbox. It's going to have tactical co-op as well, so you can play the entire campaign in 2-player, which I think is going to be fun, because it is fun to run around levels and everyone's doing headshots from different areas. And if they let you do 2 headshots at the same time, like if we both fire a bullet at the same time, that would be sick if that was available. They got co-op game modes for up to 4 people, multiplayer. I saw when I had hands on with the game, they've got slightly more gruesome kill shots. Like saw a couple guys getting shot in the nuts, and you're like watching it because it goes to like an X-ray mode when you shoot them, so you can like see an eyeball explode or a testicle explode. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Sniper Elite, how I killed some time. I shot a rifle at 100 meters. Yeah, just knowing it. If there's a zombie apocalypse and you need me, you need me, bruv. Yeah, I will take out those zombies from afar. That's what I'll do.
With your 3 practice shots.
No, but I've had them now. Yeah, so I'm official. And I don't know if I was allowed to, but I stole the bullet that I shot. Oh. Not the bullet, like a loaded one. I took the
bullet casing. Yeah,
because if I took the bullet, I think that's a charge. Yeah, catch a charge. But yeah, that was sick though, man. That was sick. Anyway, Funk Butcher.
Yes,
that's how I've killed some time. Sniper Elite 4. Now we pride ourselves on predicting the future. Okay. We've done it before. Yeah. We will do it again.
Yes, as always.
And we have done it.
We're visionaries.
Right, now we're visionaries. Yeah. We say it, they make it. Yeah. We see it, they build it. We believe, they bring it to us. Yeah. Apple has finally done it. They're dons of the music industry. Well, they were before streaming. Now they're struggling a little bit. Yeah. But they've got the hardware. They've got the iPhones. And we did say a few weeks ago, how come they're not just doing TV content? Well, it turns out Apple, according to the Wall Street Journal, are planning to add original video content to their service to help gain more subscribers. Woo! They're apparently even going to reach out to Hollywood.
Look at that.
Original content by the end of 2017 is what they're saying.
Somebody is watching us, you know. Somebody is listening to us.
Apparently they want to make stuff like Westworld and Stranger Things. Okay. Someone's there. Apple, come on now. Yeah. Now, you know, we know you put us in the editor's choice of iTunes and stuff. Yeah. We thank you for that. You know? But come on, man. Just break us off a little something. You know what I mean? Break us off some of that Hollywood money.
Or give us a starring role even.
I'll take a role.
Yeah, I'll take a role.
What role would you want in an Apple?
Bacon roll?
Yeah. Good. Brown sauce, red sauce. So there's no idea yet what Apple are going to make, but apparently they want to make some content. They released that documentary actually with Zane Lowe called 808, but that wasn't I suppose that was their first delve into original content that's been music based.
Yeah. And they've obviously had the recent documentary on Skepta ahead of his live show as well.
Yeah.
So
they got the doc stuff done. I mean, they could have got Straight Outta Compton out of Dr. Dre if they were on their deal.
Yeah.
Because they had the deal with, they could have tied that in with the Beats by Dre deal.
Yeah.
They could have got that if they were a little bit on it.
Yeah.
I mean, what sort of content do you think we're going to see from Apple now? More music content, or do you think it's going to be content that is like we're hearing Hollywood style stuff?
I think probably the most logical move that's already been set up in place is to kind of lead with original music content that's linked to the artists that have got exclusive deals with. So, gosh, I get so confused because some of them have got cross deals with Tidal and Apple, but whoever they've got an exclusive deal with, I guess they might but they'll produce an original documentary that might tie in with their album, and I guess that'll fall in that section of the site. Going forward, it's kind of hard to prize that trophy from the fingers of Netflix, man. They've really built up a belief in people that this new brand can compete with Hollywood, and it has done. They've given Hollywood a couple of black eyes at the moment. So
Netflix is just releasing shit straight to Netflix. Fuck the cinema.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So their ability to kind of compete with the Hollywood's kind of aura through their programming has paid off big time.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're doing well. They're doing well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Apple. I mean, I feel like Netflix has the data.
Yeah.
And data is important when it comes to creating original content.
It does. I feel like what Netflix is up against in terms of Apple faces a problem which, and we'll talk about this probably when we talk about the Nintendo Switch, which Nintendo faces, in the sense that it has a brilliant product and a proven fan base, but it still has to convince people that this is the side to be on. And I feel like that's where Apple's at now. We all know Apple is a great brand. We all know Apple can do it if it's given the money. But not everyone develops greatness with their money. So what I'm saying is that a lot of the vibe that I got when I was showing people the images of the Nintendo Switch event that we went to, said, yeah, it looks amazing, but... And I always found it interesting. You're seeing something incredible here, and you're still getting the but. So I feel that Apple's at that stage now where the numbers and all the amazing artists that they can roll out and say, yeah, we're on board with Apple for amazing and original content. They're still waiting to see whether the proof is in the pudding.
Why weren't they on this earlier though? This is what I don't get. I thought if they could have probably bought Netflix.
Yeah. I think from Apple's perspective, they didn't, and it's obviously very kind of short-sighted of them, they didn't see the whole development and the pace of the kind of the visual image and the movie side of things taking off in this direction. And I guess from a creative business perspective, them entering into two different industries, they might have seen themselves as spreading themselves too thinly across the market. So they thought, let's hold the audio side, let's hold the music side of things and just dominate here. We've got the iTunes, we've got the Beats by Dre. Again, that's all tied into the audio side of things. We don't need to really venture into the visual market. And then this is what's happened. Like Netflix has kind of turned around, making incredible profits and having no real issues in terms of subscription as well. So that's another thing where Apple has had to try and kind of cajole people into signing up and giving them bait, if you will, to join up to this new. It's a new feature of an established brand. Netflix, completely new in comparison, has had no problem getting people to part with their $7.99 because the content there is so amazing and it can't be found elsewhere.
Yeah, and they're making that exclusive original stuff like Stranger Things that tick the boxes for a lot of people. Yep. I saw a film which was, I know a lot of people would hate, called Spectral the other day, and it just came up on my feed like, you like this. Yeah. And if I'm honest, it didn't do that well on IMDb and that, but I like sci-fi, and I like thriller. Yeah. This is, I'm on IMDb right now reading about this film, a sci-fi thriller centered on a special ops team that's dispatched to fight supernatural beings. Yeah. That's my shit. Yeah. And it's like, I felt like Netflix have made this for me. And I don't feel like Hollywood can, like, that's why I think we're seeing so many remakes in Hollywood, because that's all they can do. They're like, well, that worked, so let's do that again. Do you know whereas Netflix can say, right, well, that worked in there, that worked there, this got watched this much, so we can make a new show if it encapsulates all the elements that people like from this. Yeah. Again, we said this loads of times on the show. Yeah. Everyone's going to love it.
The strength of Netflix is that it can develop content and put it out there because it relies on a cult following. So whether or not the film has done well, it's irrelevant. Yeah. Everyone has paid their $7.99. Yeah. Netflix can take a leap of faith out there with a young director talent and say, your silly B movie film, we'll develop it because we have this amount of people subscribe to us and someone out there will like it.
Exactly. And that's why they commission whole seasons. So can you believe it? Like they don't say, right, we'll give you an episode. Yeah. They say, nah, take a season. Yeah. And there's only like, I don't know of many seasons that have been like cut from Netflix as well. Their hit rate's so good. Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 or whatever. But for people that are creating that much original content, that's crazy, man. So, you know, do you think we'll see? You know what? We just got to see how it plays out. But what's your prediction, Funk? I think that's where we got to leave this one. Yeah. What's your prediction? Because we've been so right. Our hit rate's been good.
Yeah. I think Apple's going to struggle with this. It's a great idea. I just feel like they caught on a little too late.
Okay. Yeah. I think Apple might have to draw for the £1 billion checkbook, Yeah. Or the $1 billion checkbook. And we ain't talking 1 billion. Yeah. It might have to be some Star Wars type 4 or 5 billion money. Yeah. They might have to buy Netflix. Yeah. That's how they do it. Yeah. If they buy Netflix, problem solved.
And Netflix would be absolutely crazy to do that. And that's the only thing. They would absolutely be bonkers to sell.
What if you saw that like 10 billion on a table or something like that though? Yeah. That's the sort of money that makes things move.
Yeah. I mean, all it would take for Netflix to do is if Netflix got in a secret sleeping partner, like the smoking cigar man in X-Files. No one knows who he is. Cancer Man. And he came in as a sleeping partner and gave Netflix a little injection of cash, and Netflix aligned themselves with someone like Disney. Then it's game over for Apple. All that content, LucasArts films, Marvel,
with their
Pixar,
with their data, the power.
Yeah,
the power
hitting Netflix first.
Netflix data and all of that. All right, here's another theory. One more theory before we leave this one. Yeah. What if we get Netflix Radio? Same price, no extra subscription. Yeah, Netflix curated playlists. Yeah, we know that they can handle data and give us what we want.
Yeah, that's already rolled into the $7.99.
Rolled in.
Yeah.
How to Kill an Hour podcast on it as well. Yeah. Oh, what you mean? That's Billy's like How to Kill an Hour first. There you go.
Yeah.
And then they start curating content as well. Like Audible's creating content. Yeah. They do audiobooks, but they're also creating their own original audio content. I think that's the way forward as a distributor. Is to become the creator. Right. Interesting. Right. Anyway, Funk. In the last episode, we spoke about sickness. Yeah. Being sick and an app helping us not get scared about. Not bringing out the hypochondriac in us that makes us feel like, you know, I've got a scratch on my finger. Yeah. It's a little bit sore. I'm going to need a full, you know, amputation from the neck down. Yeah. There's that kind of person out there on the internet. There's also another type of person that doesn't quite know when to stop when they're feeling a bit sick. I think we've all done it. You're feeling a bit of a cold, but we're like, you know what, I just we need to get this one work done, or maybe I'll just go out because it's a Friday.
That's just the person that hates their job, isn't it?
What, the one that
the one that doesn't know how to stop being sick?
Oh no, I mean the one that doesn't know how to stop before they get sick. Sorry, I mean like there's that person that's like, I've got a bit of a sniffle. I should really have a day off, but I'm gonna go into work anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a smartwatch.
Yeah.
that may have just got a little bit smarter, and it can tell you when you're getting ill before you actually know you're getting ill. Okay, so it's an app called Change of Heart, which works with your smartwatch, which tracks health data such as your heart rate. They used it for 60 people to conduct a study for up to 2 years and found that their stats changed from the baseline when they were starting to get a bit ill. So little changes in body temperature, heart rate, stuff like probably like perspiration. And they said potentially they can use this data to develop another app which will detect things such as type 2 diabetes, early signs of Lyme disease, which, if I'm honest, I don't know what Lyme disease is. Do you know what that is, Funk? No. I don't know what that is. I need to Google that. Billy, can you find out what Lyme disease is, please? I don't want to be ignorant. I feel like I should know what that word is. So if they've got devices that are currently always measuring our vitals, then we can pick up on information about stuff like this. I would be keen to know if I'm getting a bit under the weather. Would you like to know, or do you just know yourself?
I think this is just another ploy that employers are going to catch on to. They're going to buy this for all their staff.
Yeah.
They're
going to buy it for all their staff.
So Lyme disease basically is a bacterial infection spread to humans by infected ticks. Ticks. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
What's the symptoms of Lyme disease, please, Bill?
Let's have a look.
Just scream out one that stands out to you. Rashes. Oh, shit. See, that's what I mean.
Swelling in the joints.
So you could sprain your ankle and have a rash, go online and think that you have Lyme disease and that you're going to die. Yeah. That's not good. Anyway, Frank, you were saying, you think it's a ploy from the government, you were saying?
Yeah, to kind of reduce the amount of hours that they have to let off for sick pay and leave. Yeah.
So you do the sick call to your boss and they go, 1 second.
Logs into the app, checks his watch.
I've just gone on and to be fair, there's no elevation in you haven't got a temperature.
Yeah.
You're not got cold sweats. Shit.
Yes.
Or if one person's sick at work, you make him, you all give him your watch and he just wears them up and down his wrist.
Yeah.
And you can all have a sickie.
And the thing is as well, if it's kind of company policy for you to wear your watch to work, let's say Monday, you're wearing your watch to work because you have to. That's what your boss says. Everyone's got one in the office, and you have to wear your new smartwatch, to work. And you wear it to work on a Monday. You go home Tuesday morning. You call in. Your boss knows, because obviously this watch detects before you get ill. This watch can look at your whole data through that period that you was in the office and say that no, son. You're coming in.
So you need
to work.
So if we were on this watch, we need to hack it. We need to learn how to hack it and just download a virus to make it look like you got a virus.
But this is the thing, because this watch detects before you get ill, then something would have triggered before.
Oh, so you need to be clever, right? So what you need to do is download a program which starts showing little inklings.
Exactly.
And you have to just be in the office going,
So your watch would have to show like an irregular heartbeat on a Monday before you call in on the Tuesday to say that you're sick.
Okay. So we'd have to advance hack it. You just think this is something that people take advantage of. Fair enough. I mean, I'm a bit like whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to be that guy that doesn't go to the doctors too much.
Yeah. But I think it's a brilliant idea, but I feel we're already in a very skeptical, clandestine
Big Brother state.
Yeah. Where people are very, 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 very suspicious of having their liberties second guessed and questioned. And
fair enough. Plus, do you know what? I think there should be more sick days allowed. I reckon if you can do your job from home.
Have you ever called in sick before? Calling in sick is one of the most nerve-wracking. I'm sorry, do you know what? Because I don't actually work in a regular 9 to 5 anymore. I can admit this. There's been so many times, well, obviously, I've called in sick and I wasn't sick. I was perfectly fine, but I just couldn't hack another day at work. Yeah. And your boss at the time, your supervisor, is on the other line, and he turns into Mr. GP. Yeah. He asks a whole range of questions. You feel like you're getting cross-examined in a court, and it is the most. To add to that, if they had this technology in their power,
finished.
Yeah,
I mean, sickies. I was never really that sicky guy. I used to save my sick days for when I was well.
Yeah.
So I used to strategically plan. I'd go in on a Tuesday, like you said, I'd be coffee on a Tuesday with no cough. I just and take it off. Holiday, whatever. I'd add sick days onto like a couple of days before holiday, or have a week off on my birthday, and I had 2 weeks sick after that.
Can I tell you where this would be of use? Now, in the UK, we've got the English Premier League.
Yeah.
And at the moment, this watch could be very useful for employees of high value. Now, currently at the moment, there's a player who plays for West Ham United who's actually refusing to play. And he's cited reasons of sickness, a guy called Dimitri Payet. He says he's got back problems, okay? Currently, it's been found out that he's not really happy at his current club, and another club wants to kind of buy him, but West Ham are refusing to sell him. Watches like this could unequivocally find out that he was lying about his illness, and maybe he would have to kind of forfeit some of his wages and whatnot. Okay. So
before we go forward, I just want to say out there, I'm not really a sicky kind of person. I've got to be honest. I'll work till I feel sick. But anyway, I was only fucking around about the 3 weeks off. Promise I didn't do that. But so you're in this case.
You had to chuck in the disclaimer.
In this case, moving on swiftly. In this case,
yes.
Would you want this footballer to wear it? This overpaid footballer,
of course,
who's thrown his dummy out the.
I think in the nature of football, and I think this is something that's you'll find a general consensus amongst the fans and the owners of the clubs as well. They've invested so much money into an individual. Even extreme sickness, or even kind of...
He just needs to grow the fuck up, man. Play some fucking ball for your team. At school, yeah, sometimes I didn't get put on a team that I wanted to get put on.
What's he on, Billy? It was about 80 grand a week, something like that?
150 grand a week.
Excuse me. He's on £150,000 a week. So nobody wants to hear the fact that you're not really... 125,000. So nobody wants to hear the fact that poor Dimitri getting the violins out. No one's acknowledging those violins when you're paying 125 grand a week.
You can't always play for the team that you want to play for, bruv. You got to earn that right. Because if you were sick enough, if you were good enough, you'd be worth so much your team would let you go. And plus you wouldn't be. And obviously he's rubbed people up the wrong way, man. Because we all know players that have been respected, and when they want to go, they're allowed to go, aren't they?
He's been penalised by the club. The club are refusing to sell him, and they've benched him as well, so he's not even getting any first team football. So
hang on, he gets paid leave.
Yeah, he does get paid leave, but he's potentially his valuation could drop because he's not scoring as many goals as he wants, so he becomes undesirable. But this watch would kind of solve that situation when he goes to his manager and says, "I'm sick. I can't play today, boss."
Yeah. And his boss goes, "Sorry, your temperature's a bit too small, a bit lower than you said it was. It's actually quite normal, so that means your back's fine."
Well, I'm guessing that when he says this, like, he won't allow any kind of physicians near him to kind of tell to kind of ascertain whether he's telling the truth or not. So this watch can kind of get around that by telling the boss.
So in summary, Funk Butcher has said, for civilians, no. For overpriced sports players, give them a watch. There's plenty of ways to kill an hour out there. Thank you for killing some time with I am Marcus Bronzy
and me, Funk Butcher.